The following video was uploaded to the paranormal Reddit section by user Phantom881999. He states that his dad had shared a video with him that he and the rest of the family found quite creepy. It was captured outside of his dad's workplace. The little workshop his dad is working at is located at a tiny walkway which leads through a forest area. They have heard a lot of weird noises during the years, but always thought of these as just being caused by wildlife. Today they saw something they couldn't quite explain. Of course, they thought at first that they were seeing two regular people walking on the pathway, since it's proven that sometimes CCTV cameras can cause really strange artifacts in low light conditions. However, the man swears that his colleague checked at the time and that no living soul was out in front of their shop. So, what could this have been? I couldn't answer that, to be honest. Hello guys, our first video was sent by Torben and it features a German explorer with the channel name Lost Place David. This night he ventures to an abandoned building into a local area with his friends to scout out the perimeter for anything interesting. Maybe he could even come across something thrilling. After arriving at the scene, they quickly inspect the area and make an entrance through one of the broken windows. David has lots of experience with abandoned and broken down places, and this night he hoped to maybe find some exciting relics from the past. Besides trash, old equipment and even furniture, it doesn't seem to be a lot to write home about though. But we need to look a bit closer in this case. When David enters the building and is handed the camera, there seems to be something standing in the doorway. Could David capture a figure? Maybe it's just a camera artifact. What's your thought? Perhaps some more things got captured that went unnoticed that night. Guess we have to find out in the future. Another nightly recording. A different group of friends were hanging out at the playground at night. They were having a lot of fun and talked about the good old times when they were kids and loved to spend their afternoons in the park. It was until much later that the girl who was recording this night realized that she caught something really creepy on video. The following video has been sent by Trang. The user states that it was recorded by a dashcam one night in Malaysia. The driver of the vehicle was on the way home and, as always, had to take a pretty deserted stretch of road that leads through several little towns and areas. He stated that local legends tell about ghostly passengers that are asking for a ride. Could that be so? What is also to note is that the following incident wasn't noticed at the time, and only retrieved way later when the man was erasing some of the video footage on his memory stick. Let's take a peek. People say that an apparition might be waiting for a ride there, waving at cars that are driving by. Do you think that could be an explanation? If it wasn't a regular person, which based on the area is unlikely, what else could it have been? Considering the driver didn't see anything at the time, it's pretty chilling. Alright, the next clip. The following is an adventure of one of my favorite Urbexers guys, Urbex Hill. He was visiting an abandoned spirit temple and captured something really terrifying. So it says, at least. Definitely make sure to give him a visit, guys. He has amazing stuff. But let's see what he captured.
Just chill.
It's quite interesting how many things are getting just left behind, right? That nobody takes them. You would think, oh, that's such a nice set of plates. Why wouldn't I just grab them and take them home with me in my last day of work? I don't know.
I wonder why they break off the windows like that. Long before it closed. I was like right here. Ouch. When I saw that shadow figure. That shit was creepy as hell. I think I just saw something.
What happened?
I don't know, though. It was so hard to see.
Why did I miss it?
This is dark. But yeah, that thing was just... When I was here during the day, that thing was just sitting here. And it disappeared. But everybody thought it was a homeless person. Look, the ghost is still here. Still smiling.
Did you hear that?
And he's in here. What the f***?
It's nothing. I mean, you hear that too, right? So we did miss something indeed. Is that an apparition in the doorway? Let's take a look at that. Look. Look! It's like a creepy face appears and then it just disappears upwards. Well, I'm at a loss here too.
This clip was sent by John, and it features a young man who is Skyping with a friend while on the phone with a family member. Alone in his apartment, an unusual occurrence is unfolding right behind him. I mean, we all know this, talking to a friend on the phone while we are having an odd feeling that we are not alone in the room. A not further explained object can be seen, popping out of nowhere. The movement is pretty inexplicable. Even the young man wasn't sure what was going on here. Let's zoom in and check it out a bit closer. Some say it appears to be a torso, or that even a head is visible for a brief moment. Even with the filter applied, it is not 100% certain in my opinion. Although in this shot I believe it looks pretty similar to a shape of a man, undressed, his head facing the floor, and we see both his arms and legs. Could this be the case? Please let me know what you can see.
The following video was captured by two young sisters that recorded something bone-chilling the following night. They live in a pretty old house, which seems to inhabit some ghosts from the past, so they think at least. The family can see weird shadow sightings in the hallways, and of course, these entities also like to visit the children. This night, the two girls were watching a movie together in their room, but one of them thinks to have seen a shadow, which is why she started recording in the first place.
I see shadows at night and it's really creepy, and I'm starting to record because I want to prove to you guys that it's actually real. Turn the light on, Hetty. There's nothing. There's nothing. What?
I clearly saw a shadow.
Yes.
Can you see the shadow standing right in front of their bed? Who can say for sure what exactly is living with them in their house? But it's pretty unsettling if it is spooking them like that.
This video was captured by the owner of the channel, Demi2009ization, and features a couple of friends hanging out on the green. While not thinking about anything crazy, the man with the camera picks up an odd face in one of the closed windows. This clip has been around for a bit, but I never had the chance to analyze it.
Oh my days, that was creepy.
After pointing out that there seemed to be a face on top of the floor of this building, the manager took the kids up to see what was going on there. So they make their way up the stairs, led by the manager.
I've got it on camera.
And to nobody's surprise, nothing. No strange face, nor any kind of person. The apparition that got captured upstairs clearly looks like a young boy with pale skin. Him disappearing into the right frame without moving his torso just adds to the eeriness. This video was sent in by Antonio, and it features a security guard who's documenting a really strange event that is taking place in front of the hotel. He states that he's working at that place for many years already and that he never came across anything like it. Let's take a look.
No se ve nada. No se ve nada. Lo que yo veo ahora es algo muy fuerte, nunca
Intriguing.
pasó.
What could have happened that night?
Asustado pero posta. Hay una mujer al lado del portero eléctrico. Son las 2:30 de la mañana.
As the man lets us know, there appears to be an ominous lady standing right next to the entrance sign, and she doesn't appear to be moving once. A lady in a blue dress, with dark hair. Mysterious, isn't it? Could it be a prank? Maybe just a hoax?
Esa imagen nunca apareció. Nunca. Estoy todos los días cada 12 horas.
Then, one last look to confirm that in fact nobody is standing there. What is it in your opinion? Is it a paranormal event that transpired in front of this man's workplace? It's definitely a really eerie thought, coming across a lady that can creep you out like that in the midst of night.
Following was an interesting recording posted by user Fluffy Furry Buddy. He states, "Just witnessed this on my baby monitor. What am I looking at?" Was it a guardian angel? Maybe the kid astral projecting? Or just a bug? This recording was sent in by Lewis, and he tells me that he found it in the paranormal subreddit. Apparently it was captured by a property owner who was waiting to catch the reason for some of the disturbances his family had to face in the past couple of nights. The motion sensor turned on several times and activated their security cameras outside of their property, and it's only supposed to do that should it recognize either a human or animal. But each time the camera got triggered, nothing ever showed up on the saved recordings. However, the following night was different, and when the man checked the recordings in the morning, he found something really strange looking. It appears that a woman is walking into the screen from the right side, but how? She must have been on the property already, since the entrance gate's to the left. Another oddity about this clip is that the woman just stops in her tracks and then disappears into thin air. Was it an artifact that was possibly caused by the rain? But that wouldn't trigger the emotion alert. Maybe the spirit of a lady who was visiting their property. The following video was found on the profile of Light6, and unfortunately, we're not given much info about the clip. The only details that were shared in the comment section were that these friends were on a house tour of some sorts. They were checking out a relatively old house with tons of backstory concerning paranormal events. One of the females was an empath and apparently saw something in one of the dark rooms. Interestingly enough, the camera also was able to pick something up that many described as pretty unsettling. Let's take a look.
Jesus Christ.
What?
Oh my God.
What, Emily?
Fuck.
What's wrong?
There seems to be something pretty grim appearing in the mirror in the dark room in the back. Can you see it too? Some are certain this was indeed the spirit of a woman, but how do we explain that? Many believe this to be one of the spirits that was caught by accident that night and that is roaming the premises. And as quick as it appears, it disappears again. Undoubtedly, this appears to be the shape of a woman, but why all of this is unfolding can only be speculated. Is it all just a creepy setup, or was something more sinister unfolding in front of the camera here? Who knows? The video we are going to look at was recorded by Kamiyada Orange, and she was frankly terrified after realizing what she might have captured in her room one night. She states that she was recording herself dancing in front of her closet in her family's home. The house is a bit older, but nothing out of the ordinary had been captured in the past there. So the following event was quite unique for her. Let's take a look at what she has captured that night. For whatever reason, there is a creepy looking figure of a woman standing in front of the clothes in the closet and staring at the camera, moving up and down. Whatever this person, or apparition for that matter, is, we don't know what it was doing there. And if it isn't just a hoax, could it be a deceased family member? Maybe a former owner? Or something completely different? Very mysterious. This video starts off in an old school in Argentina. In the early morning hours, a neighbor had called the police because he saw that the door to the school had been left open and was concerned, which caused several officers to arrive at the scene. After they had arrived, they quickly realized that nobody had forced their entry into the building. The locks were still intact. Nevertheless, they make their way through the abandoned corridors. Bodycam captured them entering and exploring several parts of the school, and nobody seemed to be around at first. But after a moment, the camera seems to capture an unexplained shape. Did you see it? Again.
At first it appeared to be a child, but then it almost looked like a woman in a white dress. What do you think? Was it an apparition?